far from the shallow now. This is Gone with the Wind. Welcome to Gone with the Wind, everybody. The show about award shows where we dive in every week about the Oscar season of, this season that we're in right now, I guess, pertaining to the season. But I have a great panel today with a special guest. But first off, the returning panel that we do have, Abe.
Hi. I say hi. Happy to be here.
A man of few words.
Ryan, Malcolm, and Manny.
Oh, never mind.
He's everyone watching or listening, and hi to the world.
I take back everything I said about him being a man of few words. And Malcolm.
Yeah, I'm here as well.
That is a man of few words over here. All right, and then of course now we have our special guest, someone that I've been trying to get for 1 week, and he said yes. So I'm glad he said yes because he's a very knowledgeable man pertaining to the Oscars and pertaining to movies in general. We have here our special guest for this week, Ryan McKenna. Say hi.
What's up, guys? Happy to be here. Excited to talk about Oscar movies. It's the first time I've gotten to do this year, so I'm excited to get into it.
It's never too early to talk about Oscar movies, right?
No. And October seems like a good time.
It's a perfect time. This is right when the Oscar season is really starting to kick into gear because when we're recording behind the scenes, it's currently October 1st. This will come out October 3rd. So the trailer coming out for Vice, as you guys will find out later, we will not be able to see, but we will see it next week when it comes out October 3rd. Promise you guys that. Moving on to our very first section of the podcast, and that is trailer breakdown. Today was very light on trailers, or this week was very, very light. So instead, we're going to, review a semi/music video trailer, because there is trailer elements to this music video, but that is from a movie coming out this week, guys. October 5th, technically October 4th, but October 5th here in the US. That is A Star is Born. Now, this song called Shallow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, they released on Lady Gaga's YouTube channel. They released it. I've been listening to it for a while now. Mixed with the visuals, I am adoring everything that I'm seeing so far. I love this song. I absolutely love it. There's emotional weight to it. There's some heft to it. But she definitely managed to captivate me in the few seconds that I managed to see her. The pain that I saw on her face whenever she was singing out loud on stage. She definitely has a theatricality about her that I keep forgetting that's so far beyond where we come with meat dresses. It's come so far. And of course, Bradley Cooper with his big beard that he has, he's always looking really, really well. But I thought this was a very excellent song. I'm really looking forward to hearing how this plays out in the movie. Our special guest, Ryan, what did you think of Shallow?
I think that Shallow will make a great addition to the Best Original Song Oscar category.
Oh, wow. Early.
Look, I don't know what else is coming down the road in that category per se, but to be honest, I'll be kind of shocked if it doesn't win. And that's perfectly fine. Like, Lady Gaga is a generational talent.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And we kind of forget that because she's really, really, really weird. But
did anyone else? Oh, go ahead. You finish.
But in all seriousness, she's an incredible singer. Bradley Cooper is pulling his weight. And it was great.
He's doing some nice harmonies there, so I really appreciate that. Okay, did anyone else have that revelation on the Oscars? I forgot which one it was, but it was when she sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow, where it was just kind of do you guys remember that one?
Wasn't it last year or was it the year before?
No, that was 3 years ago, right? It was a while back.
I think it might have been the same year as the whole La La Land debacle. So
no,
no.
That was definitely before the La La Land debacle because
2017?
No. That was okay, it was a while ago. That's what we're trying to say. But when that happened, did anyone else get the feeling it was kind of wow, she's a powerhouse singer. The theatricality of what she does aside, she's a great singer. Abe, what do you think about her as a singer and now an actress in this movie?
Well, I don't listen to a lot of Lady Gaga, so it's hard for me to talk about her as a singer, but I can talk about the little video about Shallow. I think it looks fantastic. I think, yeah, I had the revelation of how great Lady Gaga is at singing in that Oscars show, which, as I'm checking, it was 2016, where
Aha.
she sang Over the Rainbow. And I think not only like the music, it's fine. Like I wanna watch it in context of the movie, but what I'm surprising about the Star is Born, that how beautiful the movie looks. Like
Mm-hmm.
like Bradley Cooper, as a director, it looks like he's been doing this, like, I don't know, 30 years now. Like, with the
Yeah.
visual aesthetic he's choosing for the movie. I haven't seen a lot of the trailers for Star is Born, and everything I'm seeing so far, I'm loving it.
100% agree. Malcolm.
I love this song, and actually with Ron on this. I really do see it being nominated for original song. If it doesn't in some other song from Star is Born, I'll be surprised. But this is the one I think will get it. And it was I don't know when she did the Somewhere Over the Rainbow one, but she did the Sound of Music medley at 2015's Oscars, and
Oh, you're right.
She did Till It Happens to You at 2016 Oscars.
Mm-hmm. That was it. It was not, correction, it was not Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It was the Sound of Music anniversary, and that's what they did. The Hills Are Alive. That's what it was. Thank you, Malcolm, for the correction. Also, speaking about the cinematography, yeah, it's this Libatique, Matthew Libatique, but he also did apparently a lot of Darren Aronofsky, Requiem for a Dream, Black Swan, Noah, and of course everyone's favorite Mother.
I like Mother.
Yeah. Oh.
Mother,
Excuse me. Yes, Mother.
baseball shot.
It was well, this is not the Mother podcast. We're not going to talk about that right now. That's a whole other topic in of itself. But yeah, no, he definitely has an amazing eye, especially Black Swan, which I thought is impeccably shot. So I'm looking forward to the visuals, because if you've seen A Star Is Born, you've kind of seen them all in a way, the story. So I'm assuming we've all seen at least some version of it.
I've seen bits and pieces of the Judy Garland one. I haven't actually seen the whole movie.
Well, I'm prepared to cry.
I've only seen the Streisand one, but I'm going to watch the rest.
Okay,
haven't
I've only
seen
seen.
any of this.
Well, now I guess Abe has some homework now. Never say that we don't leave people with homework. That we don't. It's educational. It's fun
I'm
educational.
gonna put it on my
Whether or not we actually do the homework is another thing.
No. We are assigned homework, and do we do it at this rate? No. But yeah, that is our work on The Shallow. It's lyrically beautiful, powerful. We are all excited to see it, especially seeing it this week for those who can. Does it come out in New Zealand or Mexico?
I think it comes out this week as well.
It comes out next week, or
Okay.
I mean, I can go watch it like on Thursday if I want to, but I probably won't because I want to watch Venom.
Oh wait, Venom, is Venom coming out this week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Venom's also
Oh, is it? Wow. I forgot that existed. That's really sad considering he's one of my favorite characters. So that just shows you where my priorities are. Either way, moving on from I guess what could have been our Venom talk, but it was a Shallow talk. But now we're going to move on to our second trailer. And again, not many trailers this week, but last week, what came out on Wednesday, we had Creed 2. And now, while this may or may not be an Oscar player, last year it kind of was, or excuse me, not last year, whenever it came out 2 years ago.
2015.
2015?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 2015. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 3 years ago. My years are blurring together at this point, guys. I apologize. When it came out, when Sylvester Stallone was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, it did play contention in, a couple of them categories, but nothing that really stood out. Now, could Creed 2 do some damage with this trailer? Possibly, because this was a very, very well cut trailer in the sense of I felt the stakes. It had room to breathe in some areas. That first shot, almost with Sylvester Stallone telling Michael B. Jordan's character Adonis he's ready. They stayed on that shot. Very well cut. Very well done. This is the part where I say I have never seen the first Creed, nor have I seen almost any Rocky film outside of the first one. Yeah. Abe doesn't seem too happy. I'm sorry. This is the big thing where like I saw the first one, wasn't impressed, and then I just didn't get. I'm gonna move on. Abe, what are your thoughts before someone just attacks me?
Oh my god! Talk about homework.
I don't want to.
Talking about awards for this movie, I don't think this movie is gonna get any award attention, just for because the chance it was with Creed, right? With the one release with Sylvester Stallone Best Supporting Actor, and this seems to focus way more in Adonis than it's with Rocky himself. So, and I don't see, and Adonis is not a character like requires a lot of range, in my opinion. This seems more commercial than the last Creed 2. Like it's way more attention, and usually sequels don't get as much. Well, even the Creed was a sequel, but it only had focus in one category with what Sylvester Stallone, which in my opinion he did not deserve to win the Oscars. So Mark Rylance won it fair and square. But it looks really good. I'm excited for the movie. It's one of Ryan Coogler's protege who's directing, which I don't remember his name. But
No, I didn't know he was a
but
prodigy.
everything Ryan Coogler is behind, I'm behind.
So bold words about Sylvester Stallone and Mark Rylance. What do you think about this trailer we had here, Malcolm?
I'm with you. I've seen none of the Rocky movies. I haven't seen Creed. This trailer looks fine. It's not one that I'm really looking forward to anyway. But yeah, it was pretty much there.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, I enjoyed this trailer. I don't think that this movie is going to play in the awards race very much. It kind of looks like Creed was basically Rocky pretty much beat for beat. And Creed 2 looks like it's moving into the Rocky 3 and 4 era.
Skipping too.
Which like looks like it'll be fun, but not very heavy cinema. Which is fine. I'm just, I hope we get some good boxing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried that Ryan Coogler's not back, even though he endorsed this guy and he's producing. But so much of the life that Creed had came from him. And I think that if he was back directing, the Academy would be happy to give Michael B. Jordan an acting nom. But I don't see it happening for this movie.
I mean, they still could give him a supporting nom this year for Black Panther, depending on how much they love that movie. Possibility. That's a discussion for another time, which probably may not happen. No, yeah, I guess I have homework, a lot of homework, but yeah, Rocky's the franchise never grabbed me. I don't know why. The first Rocky was so overhyped, I guess, for me. It just didn't connect. Not sure. Whoops. But yeah, I guess all we can ask for right now is a good film that doesn't have to be like, because not all great films that come out need to be like Oscar caliber films. They can be some solid entertainment where you can go to the films and keep your brain on. We'll say that. Don't need to turn it off. Keep it on and enjoy yourself. Because I'm sure, I guess I can do that. Do I need to? Anyone can answer. Do I need to watch all the Rocky films to enjoy Creed, or should I just go and watch Creed?
I don't think
No.
so. Like it helps.
Okay.
Like there's a couple scenes where they talk about the history of stuff that's happened, but like,
I mean, I
You want a
know.
spoiler?
I mean, we all know that. I knew that. Like, I know everything. Like, I know that. Oh, Apollo Creed dies. Evan Drago kills him, and he apparently. Somehow, Sylvester Stallone as Rocky saves the relationship between Russia and America. That's what I gather from the fourth one. Not sure if that's correct.
you know,
Because Somehow, that's the case. All right, moving on. That was our trailer takedown or breakdown, excuse me. And again, yeah, nothing too big this week, but we're starting to get into gear where we are fully immersed in Oscar season, where we're going to be talking about some news. And speaking of news of Oscar season, we have not one, but 2 films that have just been announced to be releasing in December that could play into the Oscar race. And of course, the first one that we have right now, ladies and gentlemen, one that we've been waiting for quite a while. The Mule, right? We've all been waiting for The Mule. Clint Eastwood's The Mule. Aren't you excited, Malcolm?
I not heard of it before now, but yes.
Neither have I. I have no idea what this movie was until I heard it, because I thought we already had one Clint Eastwood movie this year with, what was that movie called? That train movie with the bad acting?
The 1517 to Paris.
Thank you. I keep wanting to call it 310 to Yuma, even though I know that is not the film at all. Ryan, thoughts on now Clint Eastwood making The Mule out of nowhere, coming out this December, December 14th, I believe. Your thoughts? Is this anything we need to look out for?
I don't know. Like, to be honest, I don't know much about the movie. The article that I'd read had said it was predicted to be a little bit more commercial rather than awards heavy. So I guess we'll see what that has to spell. I really just want Clint Eastwood to redeem himself, because 1517 to Paris was so bad that it retroactively has made every other Clint Eastwood movie that I like worse.
No. Wait, really?
So bad. It is
that
so
hurts.
Terrible.
I will avoid it. I will actively avoid this.
Don't watch it.
Come out this year? No,
It did,
right?
yeah. It came out in February.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I double checked to make sure, because I'm like, he already had one. I mean, he had remember he did Jersey Boys and American Sniper the same year,
Yeah.
which was shocking because
this is also the first time he's acted since Trouble with the Curve.
yeah. Okay, for those who don't know, the plot synopsis from the article on IndieWire says as follows: The Mule stars Eastwood as Earl Stone, an 80-year-old who becomes a drug courier for a Mexican cartel. The story is based on the real life of World War II veteran Leo Sharp. And yeah, it goes into that first acting gig. But supporting cast includes his favorite Bradley Cooper, Diane West, and Michael Pena. It's his first lead role since Gran Torino.
Well, it's his first lead role in a movie directed by himself, but he was in The Trouble with the Curve in 2012.
Yeah, it just says it's his lead role, so I'm assuming they considered it supporting, because wasn't Justin Timberlake or Amy Adams? Thank you, that movie, because everyone remembers so very well. It's gonna be interesting seeing Bradley Cooper in this one, considering he's going to have A Star Is Born that was coming out as well this year. Because I honestly, did anyone know this movie was coming out this year?
I thought it was about a female horse and a donkey.
An animated film about directed by Clint Eastwood. That would be amazing.
But no, I'm surprised that he got it. Although Clint Eastwood is supposedly the most efficient director around.
He usually does that. He won that when he won his second directing award. How did he do it? Releasing $1 Million Baby in December. Same with American Sniper. He comes out of nowhere doing that. Fun fact: he showed him. My uncle met Clint Eastwood, and Clint Eastwood liked my uncle's car.
Oh,
yeah, they showed American Sniper 20 minutes from my house.
Oh wow, didn't know that.
Yeah, and I mean, let's not forget, All the Money in the World last year reshot a whole chunk of the movie and still got it out in time to make it the same year release. So
yeah, and Clint Eastwood does two shots every for
Ridley Scott is also good at that, of being very economical with getting it done, apparently, because he had 2 films also that same year. Although, probably this won't be an awards contender, but this needed to be talked about mostly because based upon the fact that there's another film coming out this December. Finally, we don't have to call it the Untitled Dick Cheney biopic. We can call it, as it's supposed to be, Vice. That is the now untitled Dick Cheney biopic. It's directed by Adam McKay, starring everyone's favorite Batman, right? Is that not anymore? Is that not happening anymore? Is he not anyone's favorite Batman? Christian Bale. So what do we think about this news that it's going to be releasing on Christmas Day? Ryan, will you be watching this?
Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to be able to convince the family to go on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Or even any day thereafter, because the family that skews a little bit to the right. But
you don't think this movie will be very? Well, you got didn't expect that. You don't think that they would enjoy watching this? Because Adam McKay, I don't know. After The Big Short, it could. Well, Big Short was also had comedic moments.
Yeah, I kind of predict this is going to be Adam McKay's Dick Cheney hit piece. Which, fine, whatever. That's what he wants to do. That's his business. I'm excited to see it, though. It presents a really interesting subject, and it's got quite a good cast. So I'm excited to see it happen. Yeah.
No, I'm definitely excited to see this movie. Malcolm.
Yeah, this is an interesting movie. I mean, I don't know too much about it yet. Steve Carell's in this as well, isn't he?
He sure is.
Yeah. This is interesting because we haven't seen a trailer for that. And I was watching the Colliders podcast for your consideration the other week where they were talking about their predictions for best directors, and despite nothing has been seen, I don't think this was at TIFF either, because and Jeff Snyder actually thinks that Adam McKay could be nominated despite not actually having seen the movie. So it's really an interesting pick.
He very could well be. The Big Short also kind of came out of nowhere in the sense of just how well it was received, and Adam McKay did get an Oscar nomination for Best Director. Am I incorrect in saying that?
Yeah, you're correct.
Think you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, because I had that in the back of my brain. I couldn't remember if that was the case. But also, the movie also stars Amy Adams, Sam Rockwell, Jesse Plemons, Tyler Perry, Eddie Marson. I'm trying to remember these people's names. Lisa Gay Hamilton. It's a great cast.
Who's Tyler Perry playing?
I have absolutely no idea.
Was he like Colin Powell or something?
Yeah, he's playing that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, is he Colin Powell?
Yeah, he's playing him.
Oh wow.
Who that guy is, but...
Wait, I gotta. Okay, we're gonna clarify this right now. Who is he playing? Colin Powell.
Yeah, I have it. I
Yep.
have it on.
Oh,
on
yeah.
IMDb.
Yeah, he was the commander of the U.S. Armed Forces. And what was he during this time period again? I don't remember. History lesson, guys.
He was.
Sorry, Secretary of State.
Secretary of State.
That's what it was. I was about to say I don't remember because he's done a lot of different things. But no, this is. I'm super excited to see about this more from the fact of the performance wise, because how many times has Christian Bale really gotten to a role, or how many times has Amy Adams almost gotten an Oscar, or at least got nominated?
Although she's not doing so well in the odds right now, I'm surprised.
I don't think they're gonna nominate her until her.
They're gonna give it to her.
Yeah, like 5, it's too much. Like they did it with poor Peter O'Toole, who was nominated 8 times. He never won. And
although she has a lot more years on, well, knock on wood, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ideally, she has a lot more years on her.
Yeah, just like Glenn Close this year, where we're gonna talk about later. Like I think she hasn't been nominated since 2000 something, I guess. I don't remember.
Since Albert Nobbs, whenever that came out. Oh, the same time as the Iron Lady, so that was 2011.
It was
2011,
2011, the year before Lincoln.
Yeah,
that's what it was. But no, what are your thoughts on the fact Vice is coming out?
I'm pretty excited for this movie. Adam McKay is one of my favorite directors. I actually like all of his movies, even Anchorman 2. I don't know why they hate this, but I'm wondering what kind of movies he's doing right now. Because with The Big Short, he did a fast paced, there were a lot of things explained throughout it, and he did it in a clever way. And I'm wondering if this is gonna be like a straight how do I word like a straight movie, you know, like with a lot of flashbacks, stuff like that. And also the cast, he has an incredible cast, especially probably my favorite actress Amy Adams, and probably my favorite actor Steve Carell. So I'm pretty excited for it.
You are a big Steve Carell fan. We did find that out last week. Because I know you're excited for Beautiful Boy, but this is something I'm really looking forward to, just a sense of how Adam McKay tells it. And because if it's in the line of The Big Short, I can see it doing well, because they seem to both, apparently almost everyone in like the guilds loved Big Short, like, you know, WGA, it won
The Big Short, yeah, PGA.
PGA. Oh yeah, you're right, it did.
Yeah.
It won PGA. That was an interesting year. I remember that, where it was like a lot of different things went everywhere. But yeah, it was loved in the guild. So Adam McKay could do some damage if they love this one again. But I guess the highlight of this one to me is Christian Bale. Again, guy disappears in almost everything he does. Look at the literally almost any of his roles we did for The Fighter, specifically his Oscar-winning supporting role. And you have someone who's I'm excited to watch. You've seen the pictures. He's gained a lot of weight for this. He is a method actor. He will commit himself to a role fully, which brings us to our big discussion regarding leading actors and actresses. Usually we have a movie portrait, but this time we're going to focus on a single category. Now that we're ramping up, getting into the season a bit more, we are going to be talking about lead actors and lead actresses. And one of those I want to first start off, now that we know officially Vice will be coming out, and we know that Adam McKay has a great track record of getting Christian Bale nominated. Right now he's 1 for 1, guys, because don't forget, he got nominated for Best Supporting Actor that year.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think Christian Bale is someone we should be watching out for, and do we have him so far in our way too early Oscar predictions for this year?
I do have
Ryan.
him.
Hey,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
go ahead. Anyone jump up.
Do you wanna
Fight
go
for.
ahead?
Fight for the limelight.
Yes, Christian Bale is getting nominated.
Is that a fact? Are we going to put money down on it?
Sure.
Oh, wow. That was confidence. Abe, can you match that?
Yes, I don't know where my wallet is, but I'm willing
Oh.
to put money on it.
Wow. Wait, Malcolm, can you match that?
Are we talking New Zealand dollars or American dollars?
Either one, whichever you have in your wallet. Okay, for real, guys. We are not putting money down on this. We will not be putting money down on this. This is not a gambling show. We do not endorse that here. If what you do in your own free time is you, but we are not going to start gambling on this show yet. We're only on episode 4, guys.
Yeah.
Yet.
Just
wait. Just wait for it. Wait for next year.
But I mean, in all seriousness, I don't know. I mean, maybe once the trailer comes out, once we actually see him in the role, we might be able to make a guess. But I mean, like, well, yeah, there's a track record of he getting nominated from an Adam McKay role, but it's really hard to tell because there's so many other good performances out there, which it's really hard to predict this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll find out this Wednesday when it finally comes out, October 3rd. The first trailer, excuse me, when that comes out. I at this point, yes, I would, because so far the Academy has they like Bale. They really do. He's not like, let's nominate him every year, but there's someone they always reach out to, and I'm not sure they want to give him a second one just yet. But that's just like me. Am I out of there? Am I out of the ballpark or whatever? Please feel free to jump in and correct me if you think I'm wrong. If they want to give him a second one.
I mean, they like biopics anyway, so it's really hard to tell.
They missed him last year, so I think maybe some of that'll be a little retribution.
What did he have last year, though?
What the heck was that movie called?
I just can't even remember. Like
it was the Western where he plays like the
Hostels.
Hostels.
Oh, that was such a good movie, though.
He is so good in that movie.
He is. Wow. I recently just saw Hostels, guys, and it was fantastic. Like, it flew under the radar because it was marketed very poorly, very, very poorly,
and it was bleak as can be. But
it was so good. Like, everyone, I can't say go see it because I still need to see movies. But if you can, it's on Netflix. Go see it.
But look, if this movie plays into this current political climate as it might, I think that all of that just sort of builds to a position where Christian Bale is going to be kind of hard not to nominate.
Yeah. I can see lead actor specifically. It's not hugely stacked this year yet, but he's one of the names that I definitely need to look out for. Abe, do you have anyone that we should be keeping an eye out for this season? Actor or actress?
Actor or actress? Okay, let's go with the one I mentioned before. Let's go with Glenn Close for The Wife. Talk about someone that it's way overdue her Oscar, and she has an incredible performance from a movie that came out early this year. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but she's amazing in it. It's with Christian Slater, I believe, and it's called The Wife. And I think Glenn Close it's getting it this year.
Are you going to put money on that?
Not as much as Christian Bale's nomination.
See, yeah, that's what I'm afraid of because this movie has already come and gone. Like literally, I heard about it. I literally heard about it on NPR. Like I was driving home one day and I was like, "We're gonna interview Glenn Close from The Wife," and I heard nothing about it afterwards. But yes, I've heard buzz about they want to nominate her mainly because she's amazing. But this film will have to still Alice itself with Julianne Moore for the overdue factor. Ryan.
Yeah, the prognosticators seem to really like Glenn Close for the nomination.
I don't. Okay.
And a lot of them for the win as well. So I mean, I don't know. Like, this is a movie. I'm pretty sure that it was supposed to come out last year, but then they held it off because last year's Best Actress race was too heavy. Or that's what I was reading somewhere.
Did not know that.
So, I think that she could be the, like, it's hard to say. We'll have to see more of these performances, but I think that this is not the strongest actress year. There's going to be some very good performances, it looks like, but it doesn't look like the strongest right now. So
yeah, but when's the strongest always win?
Might give. Well, it doesn't look like the strongest year, is what I mean to say.
Okay.
So she might win by virtue of them wanting to have Glenn Close win, and it's not like there's an obvious other person.
I mean, right now we're still technically early in the season, because we haven't like really gone into campaigns just yet. We haven't gotten into any more of the critics awards. We'll wait till we get like national board review and all that before we really get into it. But I need to see more before I'm like, yes, she's getting nominated, because critics could be saying she needs to get nominated, but
yeah,
they're gonna have to get really rally behind her. Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about this movie myself, but
Fair.
But yeah, she could slide in as a as a fifth nominee, but whether she wins is the other thing.
That's true. Yeah, but I don't. Now you were saying they wouldn't nominate Amy Adams again until they give her the win. You think they're gonna?
I don't think they're going with. Sorry, I don't think they're going with her as best actress. They're going for her as supporting for that movie.
Oh no! But I was gonna reiterate the sense of like, do you think they're gonna do it with Glenn Close? They're not gonna nominate her until they're gonna give her the win.
I don't look. She's 71 years old. If you're gonna give it to her, it's the best.
Wow!
Right now,
Wow!
I don't want Glenn Close to die. I like her, but she's at an age like most actors step away, retire, and it's
she
time to give her.
She could pull a Robert Redford and like, I'm gonna retire, and then like later back out. Like, no, I'm not gonna retire. Just kidding. All right, Malcolm, what character performance do you have this year that you want us to keep an eye on?
Well, this one is an out there suggestion, but I really wouldn't be surprised if he gets nominated. It's John Cho from Searching, because this is, for me, like when I watched it, like this is one, because this is the first really serious thing I've seen John Cho in. He's normally known for his comedies, for playing Harold and Kumar and all that. But this is his first major seriousness role, and he hit it out of the park. And I mean, it's Searching is a good movie, but and it's kind of in that right time frame because it's only just been released, so it's kind of in that it could be nominated somehow. But yeah.
Now, I have not seen Searching yet, so I cannot comment upon that. But I'm not gonna put money on this one, mostly because this is a very gimmicky, not in the sense that it's a bad thing, but it's gonna be very out there for the Academy to do something that's only screen driven. You can't see me, but I'm motioning to my screen right now because it's screen driven. Ryan, what do the prognosticators say? And you, of course, I care about your opinion.
About John Cho for Searching, or
Oh yeah, no, John Cho for Searching. Yes. What is your opinion?
I haven't seen Searching, unfortunately. I've been meaning to, or I wanted to, and then I missed it, and now I have to wait till it actually comes out on home video. But I've heard great things. John Cho's impressive. He was very good in Columbus last year, which was quite a good movie. Largely forgotten because what else happens to weird arty films that get forgotten. So I mean, I don't give it high odds, but I wouldn't be unhappy to see him nominated.
Mm-hmm. And Abe,
no. Just not
Wow.
possible. I'm sorry. I haven't watched it. I cannot talk about the performance, but nah.
Wow. Putting it down right there. Okay. All right, Ryan. What person should we be looking out for this year? Who would you put money on? I guess I'm gonna keep using that now because it's apparently just.
So you want me to go with front runners?
Yeah. Who do you think we should have in mind right now?
Okay, I'm gonna throw out a pair because I think they're gonna get nominated in a pair.
Okay.
I think we're gonna see both Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga get nominations in these lead actor and lead actress categories for A Star Is Born. It looks like that movie is kind of taking over early critics, and it dominated at Toronto. It dominated I think it was at Venice or it was at Telluride, one of the two. And it just, it's looking like one of those films. Like, I don't know if it's going to win very many of these things it gets nominated for.
Mm-hmm.
Take that for what it will. But both performances from the trailer seem to look quite good. There's a lot of hype around Bradley Cooper's performance. And Lady Gaga is using her, her plainness, which is a weird thing to say about one of the most eccentric people, but when she's not dressed up super eccentric, she's got a very plain looking person. Mm-hmm. And I think it's working well for this movie. And I think that and the surprise of her will push her into the category. But I think that Bradley Cooper is a lot.
Yeah, especially now. Now this is gonna be interesting because he's also in contention for director. So could we see himself direct himself to a nomination?
Yes, and I think we could see him get nominated in both categories.
When is that? Okay, when is that? We talked about this 2 weeks ago. We talked about first episode. We talked about A Star Is Born. When did that happen last? I'm trying to remember.
Did Clint Eastwood get nominated for $1 Million Baby?
Oh no, you're right. Yep, he did. So he could Clint Eastwood himself into. I never thought I would use that. He'd Clint Eastwood himself into both categories. Malcolm, what do you think about getting these two getting into their respective categories?
Yeah, I mean, Bradley Cooper's an interesting one because I'd say he's a lock for Best Director. I mean, Best Actor is going to be interesting because I mean, pretty sure Clint Eastwood was supporting for $1 Million Baby.
No, he was leading. Supporting was more.
Oh, he was lead. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be unhappy if Bradley Cooper gets nominated for Best Actor for Star Is Born because he does look really good in that movie. So I mean, So if he does manage to do it, and I mean, as I don't think anyone's actually won Best Actor and Best Director at the same time.
They
So
have
that-
not.
So I mean, that could be interesting to see if that happens as well. Because yeah, I mean, and as for Lady Gaga, I'm got mixed feelings about that. I mean, while she does look good in the movie, there may be quite a few of the people in the Academy who think, oh no, she's more of a singer than an actress. She doesn't deserve to be nominated for Best Actress. So I mean, there's probably some people who may have that stigma against her.
That is true. However, people don't forget Cher. The Academy Award-winning Cher. She won for Best Actress in Moonstruck. Let's not forget that.
Oh God.
I wasn't forgetting that. So.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure so there could be some love. I know she is well respected within the Academy. She's not a member. I don't think. Right?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
Well, she was nominated for Best Original Song.
Oh yeah, that's true. But isn't it only if you win you get automatic? Because if they
I think nominees are invited.
Are they? Okay. I wasn't sure because I'm not sure because they've changed the rules recently, so I don't know persistent who's in and who's not.
I don't know if the Academy really knows bullshit either.
No, I don't think they're having some issues, guys. Abe, would you like to see them get in? And do you think they will?
I think they will. And you guys are talking about Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper can get he can get 4 nominations at the time that night for actor, producer, writing, and director.
Oh,
so he can get all of the wins.
Wow.
Yeah.
Although he also helped write some of the songs, so he could, in theory, get an Oscar nomination for song. And I don't know how many people have gotten 6 Oscar noms in a night, but that'd be unprecedented.
I mean, as we were talking about, he like Shallow could be nominated for original song, so that would be another nomination for him. So
he did not write Shallow.
He did not write Shallow. Okay,
he sang in it, didn't he?
Yeah, but you don't win for singing.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. The singers get credited in that bit too.
The singer doesn't get credit. They don't get nominated. It's the composer and the La La Land and City of Stars won. Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling did not win for that. But to answer your question about Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, I think both of them are going to be nominated. I think my question with The Star is Born is more, is it going to be able to keep the hype going until February?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because it's October right now. That's still 5 months away from Oscar night.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ryan.
I was gonna say, I think that just looking at what's out there, it looks like they're all pretty solid to get nominations. But you're right about it keeping up the energy, because I don't know if it's going to win very many of these categories. Like, I don't think it's going to. I mean, La La Land distinctly underperformed, and it came out a lot later. It underperformed.
Did it underperform?
Underperformed vis-a-vis its nominations.
Oh wait, how many did it get? Like, isn't it like 14?
14.
It won 4. Right? It won 4 out of 14, which is not a great night.
No, you're right. I thought you mean nomination wise.
I mean, 4 Oscars is great, but
it depends on how A Star Is Born. Like, I do think they're both going to get nominated, unless the Academy hates A Star Is Born, which at this moment I don't think that's going to happen. It's loved already too much.
Very unlikely.
Just to go a bit off track for a minute, do you think for A Star Is Born they could have multiple songs in the original song category?
Yes. I honestly think that probably might happen, because I'm looking at the soundtrack right now.
Okay, let's think about what's coming. Like, Mary Poppins is going to get a song. Like,
yes.
So that's 2 at least. So Shallow and Mary Poppins, whatever.
I think a Black Panther is going to get in.
I mean, as much as I don't think any of the songs are great in it. I would be surprised if one of the songs from Mamma Mia, Here It Comes Again, somehow way
None
in.
of them are original.
Yeah,
None
I
of
don't
them
think
are
they're
original.
Yeah, nothing's
That
original.
would be fun.
Look, as
Yeah,
far
no,
as track,
I would like to see what the hell is that song called from Black Panther? You're right. I
Which
would like to
one?
see that.
Like
some-
All the Stars, or
yeah, All the Stars.
I love that one.
Yeah,
getting out of track like high.
I mean, it's a great soundtrack in general. But no, there
Anyways,
are
but-
currently 34 songs on the soundtrack right now.
Wow.
I honestly think that we're going to be getting, like, at least 2 on there. I don't think we can get any more than 2, right? Because I think there was like a rule that was implemented about you can't have more than 2. I need to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's a rule now where you can't have more than 2. Maybe it was 3 from a single movie.
I could say.
Anywho, all right, that is Ryan's pick. We're gonna go around one more time. Everyone's gonna pick one more. One of them I'm going to keep an eye on is something a little more unconventional, but I've heard good buzz around this smaller film. One that really caught my eye, trailer-wise specifically when it came out, is Can You Ever Forgive Me? Melissa McCarthy in this particular role. Now, I've heard more along the lines of the acting than I have, like, the actual, this is an amazing film. More along the lines of the writing and the performances. And this is something I think we need to watch out for, because right now, the best actress race has not shaped just yet. But I think Melissa McCarthy is someone we should be watching out for, because she's already been nominated for a comedic performance. And even with the trailer, she showed that she does have some dramatic chops, which I was shocked with, because has she done anything like dramatic before?
Slime Vincent.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's like the closest I can think of.
Yeah, I guess it's the closest thing.
And she got 5 minutes.
Her role in that movie is completely dramatic.
Yeah.
It is. I'm just trying to think of, like, it wasn't like, I forget about that movie.
No, she hasn't had anything emotional.
Yeah, so this is going to be a nice change of pace in the sense of, like, going from Bridesmaids for nomination for Bridesmaids to a possible nomination for this. Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, this is another one that is currently getting some attention. It looks interesting. I don't know. I'm not really sure what to make of this performance right now. So I think this is definitely one of those movies that I have to see to really judge, but I think that it's got a shot.
All right, Abe.
I actually had Melissa McCarthy as one of my top 5.
Nice.
So I think she's getting nominated because the actress race doesn't seem as full as this year as many others. And I think what I've heard about the movie, well, what I read from reviews, is that what makes the movie is her chemistry with Richard E. Grant.
Yep.
So it's a performance movie. So I think if you can expect nominations for that movie are in the acting categories, and I think Melissa is getting it.
And Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, Melissa McCarthy is an interesting one. I mean, yeah, she could get in. I actually don't know anything about this movie, but yeah.
It's a smaller film, so it's not one that actually has been like it. What studio is? Hold on. Fox Searchlight. Fox Searchlight is the one that's doing production. It's not one that I've known as like throwing money out. It's coming out October 19th, so it's coming out relatively soon. So we'll be able to talk about it much sooner then. Okay, so we'll go back in reverse from when we did it before. Ryan, what was your pick that you had?
Do you want me to go actor or actress?
Which one do you prefer to talk about? Which one is calling to you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with an actor. There's a few different ones, but one that actually isn't getting the prognosticators right now, which I'm surprised by, based on the trailer, is Lucas Hedges from Boy Erased.
Yes.
Obviously he's a little bit younger, which kind of skews against him, but I think he looks really terrific in this trailer. I've heard this movie is incredibly powerful.
Oh, I'm excited.
And you know, I could see 2-time Oscar nominee Lucas Hedges come.
How old is he?
Oscar
Next year.
nominee, is it? No.
Yeah, he was nominated for Manchester
Manchester.
by the Sea.
How old is he again? Because
He's
that would
like
be
20 or 21 or something
if
like that.
I mean the closest thing that's like Saoirse Ronan or Saoirse Ronan, excuse me, where she got like one for Atonement and their next one for Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and that was
last
young.
year for Lady Bird.
Yeah, that's like super young, but this would be like not back to back, but like close enough to be where this could set a record. Malcolm, Lucas Hedges, what do we think?
I mean, yeah, if he could. I mean, once again, Boy Erased is something a movie I'm not familiar with. I'm not sure if it's been released in New Zealand yet. So, but yeah, I mean that's one that I don't see a problem with him maybe getting in. I mean, the way I see it, I think the best actor race is pretty stacked. The best actress race is really not. It's actually not that stacked. So, I mean, there's definitely that kind of scales off balance there. So.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that almost every year though? Sadly, how the best actor is usually stacked. Actress, no, not always. That's sadly what the case is most of the time. Although usually the best actress race has the highlight of being very great performances.
Did Meryl Streep only do a cameo in Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again this year? Did she not do anything else?
She wasn't, and she was only in it for the last 5 or so minutes.
But she wasn't in any other movie this year, right?
She's going to be in Mary Poppins, but she hasn't been in anything else.
So expect a supporting actress nomination for Meryl Streep in Mary Poppins Returns. Oh boy, they're gonna have to love that movie. Quick spitfire round before I move on to Abe. Emily Blunt, Mary Poppins Returns. Is it gonna happen?
No.
I think it could be possible.
I think it's possible. Likely, no, but possible. Abe, what do you think about this Lucas Hedges performance? We're moving on from that.
I did not have Lucas Hedges, but once you put it in my head, it's like an inception. I think he can be nominated. He's been amazing in his last 3 years. He had Manchester by the Sea. He had 3 billboards last year, and Beautiful Boy seems getting a lot of buzz.
And Lady Bird.
Oh, and Lady Bird too. Sorry, I knew I was forgetting something.
No, he did a lot last year.
But I think I had 10 people reading for Best Actor, and I didn't have Lucas Hedges, so I find out why he can be nominated.
All right, he's definitely one that I'm excited to see. Fun fact: apparently, he went to the same school as 2 of my friends. Of course, when I mean school, I mean like college. Or the school of the arts here in North Carolina, whichever one it was. Fun fact. Moving on to Abe, what is your choice?
I'm gonna talk about an actress, and being Mexican, I think I will be. I'm kind of Mexican. I was born in the U.S. My parents are Mexican.
Kinda, I guess.
I was raised in Mexico like for 15 years, but I'm gonna mention the lead actress from Roma, Yalitza Aparicio. You may not know her, me neither. But it's her first acting role. I believe she was a teacher in Mexico. And I'm telling you why, because Roma is getting a lot of buzz for Best Picture, right? It's for the top runner right now. Whatever it is. And usually, front runner. Thank you. And usually, the front runner has an active performance to concentrate in, and I think that's Yalitza Aparicio for Roma. That it's gonna get her. That's gonna get her the nomination, even though nobody knows her. Me neither. And that's the only reason I think she's gonna be nominated for the possibility of Roma winning Best Picture, and it's that support in other categories, and in this case, it's Best Actor.
Yeah. So if I'm gonna say I like that choice. It's bold. It's interesting, and I like that the the prognosticators are really digging Roma, and Roma's leading on so many of these early category polls. But it's distributed by Netflix, which gives me some pause because I'm very excited for that movie. I think Alfonso Cuarón is one of the great directors of our time, but
that.
I am afraid of Netflix's ability to make this movie an Oscar winner.
Yeah, Roma has that stigma, of course, being a Netflix featurette, although it is Mexico's official submission for the Academy Awards for foreign language film of this year. So it does have, it has some clout behind it. So if any, this is the year that if anything can do it with a director like Alfonso Cuarón, and then of course having the country of Mexico backing behind this, I feel like if any movie can do this, this is the movie to do it. If not, we'll have to wait a couple more years again before we try again. So I think this could happen, but this will have to go along the lines of they're gonna have to love the film, because she's not someone like Javier Bardem who got nominated for like Beautiful, I believe the movie was, and not and foreign language film, and that was it. It was those two nominations that it got, and he managed to. I'm not sure if the movie brought him in or he brought the movie in. I don't think Roma's gonna have to do a lot more damage, and it's gonna have to bring in her performance along with it. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible for a foreign language person from one of the foreign language missions to get into the acting race. I don't know much about this movie, so I honestly don't know, but I mean, I think it's entirely possible.
Well, when it comes out this December, hopefully, I'm not sure if it's wide on Netflix. We're gonna have to see.
Does anyone want to try to pronounce the woman's name? Because nobody has pronounced it except Abe.
There is a reason that we haven't attempted to pronounce.
Elisa Aparicio.
Yeah, that Ryan's correct.
I mean, we all remember the time when Manning tried pronouncing the director's name of, I can't remember what movie we were talking about that time.
Yorgos Lanthimos?
No, it was Schneider or something like that. Schneider.
The guy who's doing the movie with William Dafoe at Eternity's Gate.
Yeah, that's the one.
I
don't know who's doing that movie.
Julian Schnabel.
Yeah, Schnabel. It's how
I feel like.
Wait, is that official?
Yeah, it's Schnabel.
Schnabel. There we go. Mystery solved. It is Julian Schnabel who will be directing the movie at Eternity's Gate. All right, Malcolm, can you tell us your pick for the actor or actress that we should be looking at this year?
Yeah, I mean, for me, we talked about him last week, but I think Ryan Gosling is pretty up there for First Man. Because, I mean, he looked good in the trailer, and I mean, it's definitely getting a lot of buzz as well. So, yeah.
That is true. Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I like this pick.
What do you think about your namesake? Ryan.
Yeah, there's a good history of Canadian Ryans.
I'm about to say.
And I think Gosling could see his second nomination in 3 years, which would be very good for him. This movie looks interesting. I'm glad to see Chazelle doing something out of his comfort zone. Gosling looks great.
Something not about musicals, basically, or music.
Not about jazz.
Not
even just music, jazz.
Watch there be a jazz number, or they go to a jazz bar or something, and it's just like you had to. You'll see J.K. Simmons in the background, and just like it's gonna be like, oh wow, he got to. Wait, J.K. Simmons isn't in this, right?
I have no idea.
Because he just like Lucky Charm and all that.
Yeah, I don't think he's in it.
Oh.
He's not.
Maybe they just shifted to. Maybe Chazelle just shifted into Ryan Gosling. He did 2 with J.K. Simmons, and now he's done 2 with Gosling.
That's true. And then he will, move on to someone else. He'll do another with Claire Foy, and then he'll just keep going. Move on to the next muse. All right, Abe, what do we think about Gosling?
I love Ryan Gosling, but when I think about Ryan Gosling, I don't think about a great performance. I've seen a lot of his movies, and he's never blew me away like as a performer. Even with the one with Michelle Williams, what was it?
Blue Valentine.
Blue Valentine. Yeah, like I just see Ryan Gosling, but I'm hoping he can. I actually have him for my list. I think he's getting nominated for this one. As I say with Roma, usually the movies that are going for Best Picture lie in a performance to push, and I think Ryan Gosling and definitely Claire Foy, but I think she's going for supporting, are gonna get nominated for the movie.
Yeah, I see this going the same way as like we previously talking about with Roma. Could you help? What's her name again?
Yalitza Aparicio.
Yalitza. Yalitza.
Yalitza
Aparicio.
Yalitza Aparicio. Aparicio. Okay. Yalitza Aparicio.
Aparicio.
Okay. All right.
You're doing Italian. It's Spanish.
I'm sorry. I took Italian for a year, so that's what's in my brain. Yalitza Aparicio. All right. Well, as close as I'm gonna get. I apologize, everyone. But yeah, it's gonna be the same way as with her, where the movie might bring them in. Same with Gosling, might bring him in as well. But I'm sure they're gonna love First Man because they've shown to love Chazelle, and it's already getting great buzz technically, as well as above the line as well as below. So I see this doing very well, and Gosling as well can definitely be brought in from this. Highlights, of course, I'm hearing are Claire Foy, as Abe was saying, but you know what? I would not be surprised if Gosling, because he has solid work too. He's never this actor who goes like, he's not. Showy? Is that the term I'm looking for? But he's not like this over the top. Okay? What's the word I'm looking for? The word. Help me out here, guys.
No, I think showy works for that. He's not.
He doesn't have the gravitas.
I don't know. I kind of think he does.
Who are you guys talking about? Sorry, I dropped for a second.
Ryan Gosling.
He has charm, but I don't think he has a range.
I mean, he's definitely distinct in Drive and La La Land. I mean, if you were to compare him in those 2 movies, he's very distinct.
We're not saying he's a bad actor by any means, guys. He's just not one like. I don't want to say versatile. I just want to say he's not one that goes. He's not a Daniel Day-Lewis. We'll say that he doesn't like disappear into these eccentric, eclectic roles.
Sure.
He's probably a character actor that it's put on a leading role. I think if you put Gosling like in a supporting role, I think he will be able to shine more.
I mean,
as a leading
true.
man.
Look at Lars in The Real Girl, where he played a character very outside of anything I've seen him do before. Which I would like to see him do something like that. Yeah, less traditional leading man, something a bit more, eccentric in a way. I feel like that would the Oscars would really pay attention to something along those lines because they currently love him. Just enough. Love him just enough. All right, that is enough for our Oscar. We have a lot more on our list, but that's enough for now. Once we get closer to the actual Oscar season, we will be diving into these our official lists. But right now, we'll end the discussion right there for lead actors, lead actors. But look out for all we've discussed, all we've talked about, and look out for other ones in the list we didn't talk about, like maybe Olivia Colman and The Favorite, for anyone basically, and if Beale Street could talk. All these different ones that we discussed coming up this year. But we're going to move right along to our game before we get into our top 64 of Take 3. And the quick game we're going to have, because we're already a little over time, is Would You Rather Movie Edition. Bringing that back for one time, because I have interesting picks for the 3 people on our panel today. Now, I'm going to start off. Ryan, because you are new here, would you like to go first, or would you like to watch the other 2 go first?
It doesn't matter. Whatever you want.
Doesn't matter. I wanted to make sure our guest had priority. All right, and I will start with Malcolm. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right. With the recent Mary Poppins coming out, we've had a lot of best original songs that have won the Oscars, that have won Oscars before. But I'm going to pick one in particular that I want you to figure out, and I want you to decide which one would you, and I'll go with the rest of you, but I'm starting with Malcolm, pick. If you could only save one and erase the other one from existence, would you rather pick the Oscar-winning song of Chim Chimery? I think it's officially called Chim Chimery. Chim Chimery from Mary Poppins, or Somewhere Over the Rainbow?
I would say Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I mean, it's not that I don't like Chim Chimery, but I think Somewhere Over the Rainbow is probably more iconic.
Abe, do you concur?
I don't think Chim Chimery is the best song on the Mary Poppins soundtrack, so yeah. We're going with Over the Rainbow.
And Ryan.
Yeah, no, there's no Mary Poppins song that's even remotely in the same league as Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Nothing whatsoever.
Not even close.
Wow, ouch. Okay. Yeah, I do agree that song should have won a spoonful. At least there's a lot of songs better than Chim Chimery. All right, then we're going to go into more Disney character territory with this original song winner. But I want you to pick, because it won year back to back, Disney had some winners. But there are a couple in particular that I want to go through, and that is Beauty and the Beast or A Whole New World. It makes it a little difficult. Ryan.
A Whole New World.
Wow, that was fast. Abe.
Damn. Horas time. Beauty and the Beast.
There we go. And Malcolm.
They're both great songs. I'm going to go Beauty and the Beast.
Okay. Shockingly enough, while I think Beauty and the Beast is a superior film to Aladdin, I would also pick A Whole New World. Whoops. And all right, Abe. Here's another one we have. My Heart Will Go On, or I've Had the Time of My Life from Dirty Dancing.
Oh, you.
Yes.
I think Time of My Life.
Okay. Malcolm?
My Heart Will Go On.
Okay. And Ryan?
This one is actually really tricky because I've had the time of my life. It has like a certain purpose. You know, I'll go with that, even though if I walk outside, I'm probably going to get mauled by the Canadians. Who are like, how are you not picking our hometown girl?
We were talking about best original song nominations, and now you talk about Celine Dion songs. What about Ashes from Deadpool?
If it gets nominated, I will be very happy. I don't think it will, though.
Yeah,
but My Heart Will Go On is an amazing song, but I feel like I've Had the Time of My Life is more versatile. So
Okay. All right. Throwing one more out there because I got a kick out of it because we're so close to Christmas. What do you guys race from existence? White Christmas or Baby It's Cold Outside? The both are Oscar-winning songs, guys. Oh, Ryan.
What do I keep or what do I race?
What do you keep?
I'm gonna keep Baby It's Cold Outside.
Ouch. Anyway, moving on. Malcolm.
Right. I'll pick the correct choice, which is White Christmas.
Okay. And Abe.
I think the title for White Christmas is racist, so I'm going with Baby It's Cold Outside.
Oh, what? Oh, come on. Okay. Snow is very Why? I'm gonna stop now. We're gonna move right on from that because
Okay.
no one.
I didn't get White Christmas until I spent my first Christmas in Arizona,
Oh,
but whenever I was growing up, I was always like, "What do you mean you're dreaming of a White Christmas? Like,
what does that mean?
there's just snow everywhere. What are you talking
Exactly.
I never
Exactly.
Dreaming.
snow in my life.
Wait, really?
I
Oh,
live in a
well, yeah, I
fucking
guess-
desert.
That is okay. That's fair. That is fair. Okay, I can't top that unless we want to talk about the Oscar-winning song from Dr. Dolittle, "Talk to the Animals," because everyone loves that song. I'm sorry, I'm just dissing everyone. Yeah, I'm dissing everyone who loves the song. But anyway, which leads to our final section of the show, and that is the Take 3 top 64 films. We were on round 3, where we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 films left in contention. Wait, I miscounted. That's 9. Excuse me, guys. No, that is 8. I am right. I can't count right now. We have 8 films left in contention. So what I want to do before we X out is I'm going to finally submit my votes now that I know the actual score. And holy cow, these are ridiculously close. These are almost all 56-44. Which was close considering we only have a certain amount of people here in Take 3 who vote. Or all of us who vote. But you're going to start off with one that actually is closer than I thought. The first matchup we had for round 3 was The Empire Strikes Back and On the Waterfront. Now, before I let everyone know what won, I want each of you to say what should win. Which one do you want to win? And Ryan, you're our guest. Which one do you think should win? Between the this is our favorites, not the best, but which one do you think should win?
The Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. All right, Malcolm
Yeah, I think Empire's got this.
and Abe.
What should win on the waterfront? What will win? Empire.
Okay, so that's so defeated
Yeah.
because the score is 67% Empire Strikes Back wins, which is closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's a lot closer than I would have expected.
Yeah, 33% went for On the Waterfront, so there was some love there. People are going to start being political and use their votes against ones they know that might take it to the very end. All right.
And there's probably some people who are disappointed their favourites got kicked out, so they're going to vote against other people's favourites.
It's very
That's
true.
no strategy. How do you know that?
Okay, next one. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade versus The Princess Bride. This is a tough one. Abe,
The Last Crusade, no question.
Malcolm.
The Princess Bride, no question.
All right, Ryan, what do you think the spread is going to be?
I think it's gonna be close. I think it'll be within 10. So 60-40.
64. Okay. With 67%, The Princess Bride wins. Sorry, Abe.
For the record, I would have voted for Last Crusade,
I also voted for The Last Crusade. So.
which I don't. But
Yeah, there you go. Well, you can belittle us with our picks as we continue down. You have full permission to, because some of these are interesting to say the least.
if they don't get the next one right, I swear to God, I am going to belittle your picks.
The next one: Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, and Back to the Future. So, Ryan, which one should we be voting for?
I think very obviously Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
Okay, and Malcolm.
As much as I like Fellowship, I think the other Lord of the Rings, which is in this lot, is better. So I'm thinking Back to the Future.
Okay, thinking strategic, and Abe.
I think the movie about a kid will win this. So I'm going
Wait.
with Back to the Future.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Wait, what? It's Back to the Future, right? With 56% of the vote, this is very close. Back to the Future wins. Okay, yeah, Ryan's not happy with this, guys. This is in shambles now. We're
Get it together, guys.
gonna get together. All right, this upcoming one is the only one that's kind of farther away. Not too surprising. Shawshank and Bridge on the River Kwai. Abe,
This is
what are we
one of
saying
the-
goodbye?
Bridge is one of the only horses I still have on the race, so I'm gonna go Bridge.
Okay,
Because
Malcolm.
is amazing in this movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bridge as well.
To be kicked out or stay in? I didn't clarify.
To stay in.
Okay, and Ryan.
Well, I think Shawshank is going to win, but I would have voted for Bridge.
Well, in a very almost running away with it, 78% voted Shawshank. So that's the only one that's that far away, thankfully. The rest are much closer together. And in good old fashion, we have another one that's very close together. And this is my favorite matchup because these are two like top 10 films of all time, in my opinion. And that is The Godfather and It's a Wonderful Life.
Is there a question there? The Godfather.
Abe has cemented himself in the sand. Malcolm.
I think It's a Wonderful Life has sent the Godfather to sleep with the fishes.
Oh, okay. And Ryan, which one do you think? Which one should win?
This is an impossibly difficult choice.
I know, right?
I'm going to, by like the smallest of margins, pick The Godfather, but it's a wonderful. The Godfather.
It's a Wonderful Life. It's pretty wonderful.
It is.
And it's one I voted for because it's one of my favorites.
Yes, it is.
And with 56% of the vote, The Godfather advances to the next round. It's a Wonderful Life went with 44% of the vote. It was very close, guys. It was very, very close. Which leads us to our next one. Not as fun, but just as cool. Sing in the Rain and Jurassic Park. The now currently the last Spielberg film on our list. So, Ryan.
I mean, I'm gonna go with Jurassic Park because it's the movie I prefer, but I don't know.
Neither here nor there.
The merits of Singing in the Rain are there, so it's fine.
It is our only. Well, Willy Wonka is a musical still, I would say. Not as. No, okay, we'll call it a musical still, ish. And then Malcolm.
Yeah, I prefer Singing in the Rain over Jurassic Park, but I've got a feeling Jurassic Park is going to win.
Abe.
Jurassic Park.
With 67% of the vote, Singing in the Rain defeats Jurassic Park.
Wow.
This park
That's surprising.
not open. I'm shocked too. I voted for Singing in the Rain, but apparently other people are just as happy about this film as I am. Those who voted, at least. All right, two more. Lord of the Rings: Return of the King or Casablanca. Two films that are also in my top 10. So this also hurts.
How many films do you have in your top 10? 25?
10
but to
films.
answer your question, I think Return of the King, even though I haven't watched it. That's a little homework.
Wait, what?
I haven't watched that movie. I fell asleep watching.
I am shocked, sir. I am saddened and shocked. Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, Return of the King is my number 2, so I'm going to say that's took it out.
And Ryan.
Well, Lord of the Rings: Return of the King is my favorite movie, so I, by virtue of this, have to pick that. Although, with how this vote is going, I'm feeling like Casablanca might win.
Well, your feelings were not correct because Lord of the Rings: Return of the King takes it with 67% of the vote.
Good.
It does take it a little more handily than the rest. And finally, our last one: The Avengers versus Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory has been the surprise one this year, or these few episodes. I did not expect it to get this far, and yet here we are. Malcolm, it's one of your favorite films. What do you think's going home?
I like the event so much, but I really want Willy Wonka to win.
Abe.
Well, I just watched Willy Wonka recently because I believe I never seen it like in its entirety. But the Avengers #2 for me, and the Avengers gonna.
And finally, Ryan. Which one should we be voting for favorites?
You should be voting for Willy Wonka between these two, but they're very like I don't know how Avengers made it to this point. Like
It's
I
well
mean,
liked. It's well liked.
Don't get me wrong. I gave both these films a very, very high grade, and deservedly so. But Avengers is not quite on the level of a lot of these other films. I don't think Wonka is either, but it just seems out of place.
Yet here we are.
And
All
where's
right.
The Dark Knight? God,
It did not even make this top 64. Batman Begins did, but Dark Knight did not.
this
which is
a
shocking.
Weird group of people.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
agree with your assessment.
Love you guys, but
I was
No, you have all the right to hate us. Tell us. No, damn.
I literally went through all these and I was just looking at it and kind of going, wow, we have such a strange taste. Everybody does. Like,
I have good taste.
I never said it was bad. I just said it was strange and different.
You know,
Good.
what's weird, strange. It's strange. Weird taste, Malcolm. Sandy.
All right. Anyway,
Everyone else.
the last film with 56% of the vote. This was a close one against the 44 spread. The Avengers defeats the Chocolate Factory. Yeah, sorry. Pure imagination is gone, only replaced by explosions and superheroes.
And Alex,
This is a weird list. We fully admit that, which leads us to our final. Excuse me. Which leads us to our final few matchups. Our final four in round 4. No, that's our final 2, 3, 4.
8. I think
Yeah,
so. We
8.
only had 8. So
8 matches
16.
left. 8 matches. I meant, yeah. We only have 4 matches now with 8 movies. The 8 movies left we have are Empire Strikes Back, The Princess Bride, Shawshank Redemption, Back to the Future, Godfather versus Singing in the Rain, Return of the King versus the Avengers. And I think the Avengers is gonna go home next week. I'm mighty confident about that.
If that
Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, I'm kind of with Ryan on this one. It kind of better. Anyway, we
Although I like
thank
how you
all-
have the devil on your shoulders with those 2 movies right behind you.
Wait. Oh wait, you're right. Okay, for those who don't know, in my movie, I have 4 posters in my room. Sitting right across from me, It's a Wonderful Life. But behind me, we literally have the Avengers and Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. That was not planned. Yet here we are in this amazing world where I have managed to somehow be the evil mastermind that I am and plan all this out because maybe I knew it was going to happen. You don't know. Muhahaha. That being said, thank you guys for tuning in for this long, extended episode of Gone with the Wind, where we just dissected songs, movies, Oscars, all that jazz, and focused a little bit too much probably on on the actors and actresses, but that's the fun of the season where we get to just talk about Oscar predictions way too soon. We could have been doing this in February, and it's still after the Oscars, the week after, and we still could have been talking about what's coming out this year because that's how much we love it. Abe, where can the good people find you at home?
You want my address?
Wait, no. Where can the good people at home find you? That's what I meant to say.
My grandma's address.
No,
That's
do
fine.
not give us your grandmother's address, please.
You can follow me at Twitter at AbrahamF25. Watch the Reactor Summit that goes up every Monday on the afternoons whenever I get to upload it. And Christian Smith is back next week. So where's Christian Smith?
Hooray!
We're making that hashtag. Where's Christian Smith?
There you go. Use that hashtag. Malcolm, where can they find you?
You can find me on Take Through. I host my show Rankum, and next week we start our Halloween month of Rankum list. We've got Stephen King adaptations, Halloween specials, a whole bunch of interesting things for the next few weeks. So stay tuned, and you can find me on Twitter, Letterboxd, and Stardust at Melkor.
And finally, our special guest for this week, Ryan, where can the people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Facebook, in several different Facebook groups. You can find me on Letterboxd, Ryan McKenna 19. I'm gonna start reviewing some more movies.
Awesome.
Again, I've really slowed down, kind of gotten busy with work and stuff. But in any case, it is a pleasure to be on the show this week, and look forward to this season.
And we look forward to possibly having you back in the future if you have not already hated us so with our picks. Again, we apologize because this is a weird group. We love them anyway. All strange picks aside. Thank you all for tuning in for the 4th episode. The 5th episode, we'll be getting ready. We'll have a quick review for you for A Star is Born, because hopefully... Wait, no, Abe, when do you see it?
Next week.
Next week. So we might have to wait 2 weeks to go see
Probably
it.
I can watch on Monday because I just saw that they're opening on Monday here.
Okay, well, if we can, we'll review it next week. If not, we'll have to wait 2 more weeks for that one. And when does it come out in New Zealand?
It comes out this week.
Okay, so it does come out this week. Okay, so hopefully next week we can give you a quick review of it. If not, the following week. So look forward to that. We'll also have the trailer for Vice to dissect that and see how good Christian Bale really is. And if he could win that Oscar, maybe we shall see the second one. But until then, thank you guys for joining us at Gone with the Win.